What if I told you there's one simple position, no machines, no weights, no gym membership, that many people over 50 quietly use to stay strong, steady, and energized? Here's the thing most people don't expect. Most people over 50 are working harder and getting weaker. Not because they're lazy, but because they're training the wrong way. No running, no jumping, no pounding your joints into the ground. Just standing with purpose. Sounds almost too easy, right? That's exactly why most people brush it off. It's called the horse stance. At first glance, it doesn't look like much. Just standing with your feet a little wider than normal. Nothing flashy, nothing Instagram fitness. But don't let that fool you. This position has been used for generations by martial artists, physical therapists, and movement specialists. Not because it looks impressive, but because of what it quietly does inside the body. And here's the part that usually makes people lean in. You only need 1 to 2 minutes a day. You can do it in your bedroom, in your kitchen, even next to your bed before turning the lights off. No gym, no equipment, no loud workout videos yelling at you to push harder. But the real value of the horse stance goes deeper than muscles. People who practice it consistently often say they feel more grounded, more balanced, and more connected to their bodies, especially as they get older. And that matters because after 50, it's not about doing more. It's about doing what actually supports you. In this video, I'll break down why the horse stance works, what it helps support as we age, and how you can start safely, even if you haven't exercised in years. So stick with me, because one of the benefits near the end is something most fitness videos never talk about, but a lot of people over 50 quietly care about. Before we get into it, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. You're not doing this alone. After 50, leg strength isn't about looking athletic. It's about everyday life. Getting up from a chair without pushing off your knees, walking upstairs without second-guessing yourself, stepping off a curb without that split second of, hope my legs hold. Your legs are your foundation. Everything else builds on them. And the horse stance trains that foundation in a very different way. When you settle into this position, your thighs, glutes, calves, and hips all turn on together, and they stay on. No bouncing, no rushing, no counting reps in your head, just steady, controlled tension. Here's the part most people miss. Strength that sticks doesn't come from speed, it comes from control. A lot of fast, high-impact exercises can be rough on knees and hips over time, especially as we get older. This isn't like that. The horse stance builds strength without pounding your joints. That's why many people over 50 find it easier to stick with and safer to come back to day after day. Strong legs don't just help you move. They help you stay independent, carrying groceries without strain, catching yourself if you slip, standing longer without feeling wiped out. Even 1 or 2 minutes a day can help you feel more stable, like your body remembers how to support you again. Because aging well doesn't mean getting weaker. It means training smarter. Most people hear core strength and immediately think abs. But after 50, your core is really about stability. It's what helps protect your lower back, keeps you upright when you're tired, and lets you move through the day without unnecessary strain. The horse stance works your core quietly. Front, sides, and those deep support muscles you can't see, without crunches, sit-ups, or planks. When you hold this position, your body has to stay tall without leaning, without collapsing, and without twisting. That gentle, steady effort wakes up the muscles that support posture and balance. This is where things start to change after 50. Balance doesn't disappear overnight. Most adults don't notice it slipping away until they miss a step or reach for a wall just to be safe. The horse stance challenges your body to stay centered from the ground up. Feet grounded, hips steady, spine tall. Over time, this helps reconnect your brain with your body, supporting better awareness and more confidence in how you move. Nothing flashy, nothing aggressive, just a simple position doing exactly what your body needs. As we get older, our joints tend to speak up first. Knees feel stiff, hips tighten. Simple movements start to feel heavier than they used to. The horse stance supports your joints without grinding them down. It uses isometric loading. Your muscles work while you stay still. No repetitive impact, no twisting under load, no pounding your joints. This kind of steady tension helps condition the tissues around your knees, hips, and ankles in a joint-friendly way. Over time, people often notice their joints feel more stable, more responsive, and easier to trust again. And this part matters. When movements like this disappear, independence often goes with them. The hips benefit too. Tight hips are one of the biggest reasons posture suffers and movement feels restricted as we age. When you hold the horse stance, the hips gently open and strengthen at your depth. You don't have to go low. You don't have to force flexibility. Even a shallow version sends the right signal to your body. And when your hips move better, everything else tends to feel easier. Walking, bending, standing, even getting out of the car. This is where the horse stance surprises a lot of people because it doesn't just train the body, it trains the mind. Around 20 or 30 seconds in, your legs start talking and your brain starts looking for an exit. That's normal, and this is why standing still can work better than moving fast. When you stay, breathing slowly, standing tall, not forcing anything, something begins to shift. You're practicing calm under pressure. That skill carries into everyday life. People often say they feel steadier when stress shows up, more patient in small moments, less reactive when things don't go as planned. Slow, controlled movement paired with steady breathing has been linked to better emotional regulation. Not because you're pushing harder, but because you're learning how to stay present, even when things feel uncomfortable. That's not just physical. That's a life skill. Here's how to start safely. Stand with your feet a little wider than shoulder width. Turn your toes slightly outward. Lower your hips like you're sitting back onto an invisible stool. Chest tall, eyes forward. Breathe slowly through your nose. Nothing forced, nothing rushed. Start with 30 seconds. That's enough. As your body adapts, you can work up to 1 or 2 minutes, only as long as it feels steady and controlled. If you've had recent joint surgery, serious balance issues, or medical concerns, check with a qualified professional first, and always listen to your body. Pain is not progress. The horse stance isn't flashy. It won't trend online, but it's simple, accessible, and realistic to stick with. Just a couple of minutes a day can help you feel stronger, steadier, and more connected to your body without equipment, without noise, and without leaving home. This isn't about proving anything. It's about reminding yourself that you're still capable of getting stronger, one quiet, intentional choice at a time. So here's the real question. Will you try it? Stand up, find a calm spot, give it 30 seconds. And if you already practice the horse stance, share your experience in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to start.